So here today with one of our partners of the Premier League Cricket Show, Kevin O'Brien from Fundit Now. You've heard the advert on our show week in, week out, everyone, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth, literally. Kev, welcome to the show, mate.
Ian, thanks. Good afternoon. How are you? You're well?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we,
Good, good.
we, we want to talk all about what you guys do and what you guys could do
Yeah.
for cricket clubs. Fundit Now, I'm going to start at the very top. You've done the Father Time wall at Lords. You don't get any bigger than that. And just tell us, how did you get that job?
Home of cricket. Yeah, home of cricket. It's an amazing installation, and it allows those fans and supporters of cricket and lovers of the games to connect with, the most iconic cricket ground in the world. I don't think anyone can argue with that. And that came around a while ago now in 2020, and I got introduced to some of the people down there at the MCC, and we found a location near to one of the two new stands that were getting built, the Compton and Aldridge stand, and we have created this walk where there is personalised plaques on the wall which allow fans to celebrate and recognise their affinities about home of cricket. At the same time, it tells the story of the 100 most iconic events to have taken place at the home of cricket, as voted for by MCC members, Ian.
Absolutely. So it basically, in very quick, simple terms, like I am, you pay for a brick or you pay for a plaque, you get your name on it,
Yeah,
and you're recognised at the home of cricket. But what we're talking about here is potentially what you guys could do exactly the same at, let's pick a club close to your heart, very nearby, Rainhill. Rainhill Cricket Club, Liverpool and district competition, Premier League, same thing. They've basically got the same thing as the Father Time Wall, but on a slightly smaller scale, haven't they?
they have, and the Fundit Now model that we have, funditnow.co.uk, allows those smaller clubs and venues, and I don't think there's any harm in using that terminology when we're
No.
comparing the MCC Lords. It allows those smaller clubs and venues to raise funds in the same way that we've done down at the MCC, whilst at the same time allowing their members to have some kind of recognition for their kind donation, and that and those donations can be contributing towards anything. We might need to refurbish the clubhouse, buy a new mini bus, buy just new equipment, or just for the general upkeep of that club and venue. But as opposed to going out there and just asking for money, money, money,
Yeah.
go out there, yes, ask for money, but at the same time, give those fans and supporters of the club some recognition, permanent recognition by way of a plaque or a brick on the wall.
Absolutely. I think one of the best things I see about it is the fact that we know in our club cricket world, 98% of club cricket is run by volunteers. 98% of people who turn up on a week in, week out basis, they're just people who turn up, do the pitch, do the line markings, clean the changing rooms, clean the toilets. It's all volunteers generally. There's only a very small number of clubs who've actually got these paid people who go in there, which means that by building a wall or a pathway or whatever you want to go into your ground, effectively what Fund It Now can help to fund is a bit of support and a bit of thank you for all those people as well, isn't it?
And most, if not all of these, all of the clubs will have space to do this. Whether that space is external or internal, it doesn't really matter. And all someone needs to do is get in touch with us, send us a photograph of an area that you think you can make one of these installations work within. Send me a photograph, some rough installations. We can come back to you with a visual that says that's what you can create for your members and your supporters. And actually, if you sold that many plaques, you could make X amount of money. Really simple
What's
model.
what's the smallest model that you've done so far? The smallest installation, just give people an idea.
Well, the one at Rain Hill was it was about 40 plaques, so 40 sales that went on that wall, and they generated circa £1,000 from that. That's not to be, that's better than a poke in the eye, if you use a better term.
It is, and I'd say there is not a single cricket club out there that couldn't sell 40 plaques.
Yeah,
Absolutely not one. And then I think of some of the, shall we say, small to medium-sized clubs, 100 plaques should be quite easy. When you get to the big clubs, okay, we're not all like Wimbledon who can charge for car parking during the Wimbledon tennis season and make all their money that way, or our friends down at Bath Cricket who they've got a phenomenal facility down there and they don't need this type of money. But I'm thinking of all those clubs like Mickleover, cricket club not too far from me. I know they're looking at stuff that they're doing over the coming years, and it could be the perfect way to raise funds for building a new changing room or building a new bar and stuff like that.
People sometimes think, well, how does this work? How much effort do we need to put into this? And the answer is not a lot, because we have a system that will fulfill the orders, take the payments in exactly the same way that the MCC system works, or my Surrey Legends Wall system works down at the Oval. So they work in the same way as that. So there's no paper-based system here, Ian, where people are scribbling messages down, handing them to the club captain and say, sort it out for me. Those messages go through an automated e-commerce site, which will be on brand, have a look and feel of your club. Then I've got a design team who are sitting behind me here in the office who will help create digital marketing assets for you that will be able to be used across a suite of platforms, whether it's your social media or email banners. We create those. We just need you to execute them out to your membership through whatever method that you would be sending communications out.
And if somebody was to jump onto the Fundit Now website this afternoon when they're listening to this pod, how quickly could they be up and running and taking orders?
Half an hour. Literally half an hour. It will take us less than it. If within that half an hour they've got the energy to send us back some pictures or some images, so I might be slightly ambitious there, because it requires them to come back with some information for us. But we can build the website in 15 minutes, literally. Mm-hmm. So we would send somebody a suite of content. We need you to do that, please. If you were to send us that overnight, you could have a system up and running the day after, and your digital marketing assets to accompany that.
And as we get into the very end of the season now, and there's one or two playoffs going on, cup competitions and stuff like that, I know from firsthand at my club and other clubs around, we're all getting into that time of year where we're looking at next year already and starting to plan ahead and looking at our 2, 3, 4 year plans. It's the perfect time to be looking at this sort of thing, isn't it?
I think all day long it is. It's the perfect time, because whilst there's that general thrust that you would go out to the membership with to say, hey, help support this. What about actually if someone buys it as some sort of Christmas gift for a grandchild who was top scorer for the under-15s, or for the captain for that year, or whatever it may well be. So yeah, it's a perfect time.
And I'm going to make this promise now. For the first club that signs up with Fundit Now, we've already had a couple of clubs sign up, but the first one that signs up with Fundit Now, after this pod goes out, we, the Premier League Cricket Show, will buy a plaque at that club as well. And we'll put one on there. So that might be 1 out of 40 or 1 out of 100. We'll do that. And just, we want this out there, as many clubs as possible, to build walls, build pathways. People who know me and listen to this pod know that, unfortunately, Kevin's going to smile here, I'm a Liverpool fan. And poor old Kevin's spending a lot of his time at Everton's ground at the moment, the new ground, doing a lot of work there. But as much as he's enjoying that work, he'd love to put more pathways and walls around little cricket clubs around the country, wouldn't you, mate?
Absolutely. And look, it is a very simple solution, Ian. It's risk-free. And look, if we didn't know what we were doing, we wouldn't be dealing with the MCC. Literally. That was a tough nut to crack, but we've got there in the end, and we love us to bits in terms of what we're doing with Father Time Wall. But let's take that model and put it out there across those smaller clubs and venues who need that money. They need that money.
Absolutely. Hey, Kev, great talking about it, mate. Listen, everyone, Lords, Surrey, we didn't even mention the Legends at Taunton. There's cricket clubs around the country, big ones that we've got these walls already. There's little ones that Kev and the guys at Fundit Now have done already. But let's get 1 or 2 more, and let's get more funding coming back into the club cricket game, because we all know we all need it, don't we?
It's all about improving facilities and just sort of making sure that those youngsters are getting involved in cricket at the right age.
Definitely. If you want to get in touch with Kev, what's the website again, Kev?
It's funditnow.co.uk.
And if you're not sure about where to go otherwise, just contact me, Ian Livo, at the Premier League Cricket Show. You all know where to find us on socials. We keep pumping it out there. By all means, drop us a line and we'll pass you on to the right people as well. Thanks for your time, Kev.
Ian, perfect. Good to talk. All the best.